We don't do Thanksgiving here in the UK. It's very much America thing, and we do know of it obviously because America has influenced many cultures, and we've seen it in the zeitgeist of film and TV. You know, cheesy films, cheesy Christmas films. Normally about this period is when we get those, or one sort of horror films. We've had similar stories like this. I went into this film thinking it was going to be okay. I didn't expect to love it. Thanksgiving, is it going to be one that you think you might repeat if you're a horror lover or a Thanksgiving fun of horror films? Is this gonna stick the landing? Let's talk about it. After a Black Friday riot ends in tragedy, a mysterious Thanksgiving-inspired killer terrorizes Plymouth, Massachusetts, the birthplace of the infamous holiday. So Patrick Dempsey plays Sheriff Eric Newland. He normally plays a heartthrob, and I would say he plays less of a heartthrob than this, is more of a sheriff trying to keep his town from falling apart from a killer that's going around killing everybody because of something that happened on Black Friday. I would like to know from my American viewers, what is it about Black Friday that makes people go crazy in the shops? Like, if you compared to the British Black Friday sales, where like this is the rush and it's one or two people walking in for the Black Friday, to the hordes of people that get trampled in a Black Friday sale in America, I honestly don't get it. You let me know in the comments why it is. Are they actually good sales worth fighting for, or is it just marked up prices that you think is a good sale? Because it's a really weird thing that we don't really get over here.
Just hours into the brutal chase for bargains.
That's where it comes from. It stems from something going very horrible, and then the following year, this killer in the mask of like the traditional Thanksgiving mask that we know, that the outfit that looks almost Amish, that kind of outfit that looks creepy. If you make it look creepy, you can make it look friendly, or you can make it look creepy. They make it look creepy in this. Now, director Eli Roth is helming this horror. That's kind of the reason why I went into this thinking, yeah, it could be fine. I know there's going to be a lot of gore with Eli Roth, but I'm not a huge fan of the Hostel films. And The Cabin Fever is one of the worst horrors I've ever seen. So I went into this thinking, oh no. I'm also not like, I wasn't hugely inspired by one of my favorite games of all time, Borderlands, and he's going to be directing that, although that's been on the back burner for ages. So I've been worried about him helming one of my favorite IPs. So I went into this like a little worried, thinking, oh, this could be disastrous and just like a gore fest, but have no real heart to it. Surprisingly, this was a lot of fun. The kills are gory, but they are very unique. You haven't seen kills like this. It's very much Scream like formula. Something goes wrong at the beginning, and then there's a killer hunting characters, and then you get some backstory to some of those characters. The film helps you choose who you want to survive, and then you're not going to know who's going to survive at the end of the movie. I would say that I was rooting for some of them to survive, and others I was like, yeah, you suck as a person. But I don't want you to die like that, but you do suck as a person, so maybe what you've done to cause other people pain, you might deserve some of this, maybe? I don't know. It does kind of play with your emotions, going, yeah, I kind of get what the killer's doing, even though how he's doing or what he's doing isn't right at all, of course. But, my goodness, the kills themselves are what makes this film fun, unique and different, gory, will have you gasping and going, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And then it gets even more creative. There is some expectations I was having for moments in the film that I thought I was guessing, and then it subverts those, which I was really happy with. Moments that I thought were quite creative in the subvertive nature of a film where you expect it to go one way and then does something else. There's some tropes that this film sets up and then doesn't come back to complete, and I was like, oh, I was expecting it to do that, and then doesn't do that. There's only one proper jump scare, which annoyed me because I don't like jump scares, but for the most part it's very creative. You see the killer in a reflection in a doorway, and then the character won't see it, but you see it, so you are scared for them rather than doing the jump scare. All of that stuff, very well created, very well filmed. The only kind of negativity I had towards this is that I totally guessed who or what or who's or what the surprise, who's the killer. With the Scream films, you're trying to guess how many there are, who's the whodunit in the mystery. And I think for the most part,
Mostly.
for the actual main person or persons, I was surprised that I was right at the beginning. I didn't expect that. So maybe that is even good, because I was like, there's no ways it's actually this person or these people. And I was surprised when I was right.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
That didn't make the film any less enjoyable, because I absolutely did. Although maybe I enjoyed it more because I had the whole screen to myself, and it was more scary that way because I had no one to cower behind. It's not scary, but it is gory and tense. So I think people will have a lot of fun with this film. If you love this type of genre, you're going to have a lot of fun with the gore and the killings of the nature of this film. The score is good, it looks good, it's acted like you'd expect from a Scream. The dialogue is fine, nothing to write home about, exactly what you'd expect from a Scream series, like sort of franchise. It's very similar to that. I will be talking about the ending explained in a few seconds, so if you don't want to have anything spoiled for you yourself, then you can dive out now. But for now, let me just say, I'm going to give this a solid 4 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
And you got one. Congratulations.
It's a good horror in that vein of the Scream sort of franchise. I Know What You Did Last Summer, that kind of thing. It's very much like that, but has some unique killings, and that's, it did exactly what I wanted on the tin. Might make your mouth go, whoa. It didn't skimp out on the gore there at all. So that was fun. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Now I'm going to talk about the ending. So the moment in this film where you think everything is wrapped up, that sort of place where the ambulance is around, the cop cars are around, and you're probably being stabbed up to the, if this was a Scream movie, you've been stabbed to the hilt with the knife, but it's now just a flesh wound, to quote Monty Python. You find, and you're chatting around with your friends, those are the ones that has survived it, and they come around. There's no ways the killer survived that. It's burnt to a crisp. He's burnt to a crisp. That moment I thought, yeah, this is definitely a setup for the sequel, and they made it out like the person was dead. Even there's like a little bit of a clip where our character is dreaming, and you think, oh, maybe he's come back to kill her, and then it just ends, and you're like, oh, okay, fair enough. But if you go back, if you ever watch this either on streaming or you want to watch it again with a friend, there's a fireman in a fireman's outfit that has the axe that has blood and gore on it, and he's carrying it like our character carried it. Now, I'm guaranteeing you that they're setting this up for a part 2, and that is the dude. He definitely survived this. So let me know if you think that's what they're doing. For me, it was kind of obvious. I definitely thought that was the killer. Thanks so much for watching. Do let me know your thoughts down below. But most of all, until next time, have a great Thanksgiving.